All right, from domestic politics, let's now shift focus to what's happening across the border, where counting of votes is still underway in Pakistan when it comes to the crucial test for democracy in that country. As per reports, independent candidates backed by Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf have won about 49 out of the 139 National Assembly seats, for which results have been declared so far. Meanwhile, it's a close contest. Nawaz Sharif-led Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz and Bilawal Bhutto Zardari's PPP, the People's Party, have each won 42 and 34 seats so far. However, even as the results are still being counted, and there are still over 100 seats left to be counted, Nawaz Sharif's party, the PMLN, has said that the former three-time Prime Minister is all set to deliver a victory speech once the final results are announced. The PMLN has also said that the party is in contact with some independent candidates backed by former Prime Minister Imran Khan, Sharif, and three of his family members. That's his younger brother Shahbaz Sharif, who also used to be a former Prime Minister, his son Hamza Shahbaz, as well as Nawaz Sharif's daughter Maryam Nawaz, have already scored victories from Lahore and constituencies around Lahore. The voting, which was completed on the 8th of February yesterday, took place for a total of 265 seats in the Pakistan National Assembly. You need a simple majority to govern Pakistan for the next 5 years. But the big charge that is coming in its way is that given the kind of sympathy wave that we have seen for Imran Khan and Imran Khan-backed independent candidates, the Pakistan military is alleged to have rigged the elections in favor of Nawaz Sharif. But it's not like it's a runaway victory for the PMLN or for Nawaz Sharif. In fact, they are the second largest party. The candidates backed by the PTI still continue to be the single largest group in the new National Assembly. Now, the question is, was this the expected result? Because many were saying in the run-up to February 8th that this election result is predetermined, it's a fixed match, and that Nawaz Sharif is just a shoe-in away from becoming Prime Minister for a fourth term. That is not exactly how the script is played out up until now, at least. Let me go across to somebody who very closely tracks Pakistan's politics and also is a historian of Pakistan's army. Thank you very much, Ayesha Siddiqa, for joining us, international affairs expert, joining us tonight on Brass Tacks. First things first, before the election, if you look at much of the coverage, both domestically in Pakistan, even international press coverage, it was almost like the result was a foregone conclusion. Nawaz Sharif was all set to become Prime Minister for a fourth term. He was suddenly the favored blue-eyed boy of the army. And clearly, given the recent history between Imran Khan and the army, it was clear that the army was doing everything in its power to try and curtail Imran Khan and Imran-backed candidates and their chances in the elections. That is not how it's turned out, at least not up until now. What went wrong? What changed between election day and how the results are now panning out?
Well, the only thing which changed is the people of Pakistan. And I'm really proud of the people of Pakistan because they have showed more spine and more backbone in them to stand up and say that, we are not going to easily kind of take dictation from the military. I mean, there was a lot of pre-poll rigging. I mean, whatever you said in terms of the predictions were that, Nawaz will come, he'll make government. None of that analysis actually took on board the fact that what were the feeling on the streets. And people were uncomfortable. You see, there are a couple of things. The kind of voting that you see today. So military, by the way, did a lot it could in terms of pre-poll rigging. What it also has managed to do is a bit of post-poll management. So it's still believed that, independents, by the way, to update your results, independents have won 204 or 205 election results out of 65 have been announced, according to which 87 independents, mostly backed by PTI, have won 87 seats, followed by 60 seats with Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, then about another 45 with the Pakistan People's Party, then you have MQM Pakistan, another 8. So, but going back, I think what nobody looked at was how uncomfortable people were. With military dictating Pakistan's politics. B, with the way Nawaz Sharif took the election process and people of Pakistan so easily. He came, he was comfortable, he started his campaign just 20 days ago. And it was like he was taking it easy. And what people of Pakistan made political parties and definitely in Punjab realize that look, our opinion matters. You can't, take a mandate simply from the military and then take our votes for granted. So,
Okay.
I think nobody, every one of us who was analyzing didn't think too much about how the people of Pakistan will react.
But what happens now? The PMLN, Nawaz Sharif's party, is already saying he's going to be delivering a victory speech. If these results hold, if these trends hold, then the PMLN may not even be the single largest party in the new National Assembly. The independents backed by the PTI would be. Are we going to see a repeat of what we saw earlier, a PML, PPP, plus some independents sort of a government? Because I don't know how the final numbers are going to shape up. I don't think without the support of some of the independents breaking away from the PTI and allegiances to the PTI, one will be able to form a new government.
Couple of options here. One is that PMLN tries to convince, and by the way, Asif Ali Zardari is also in Islamabad. So there is a lot of horse trading and real politicking which must be going on right now. So one combination is PPP and PMLN. The other combination is PPP on its own, along with MQM, along with some of the independents, whoever is ready to walk with him, to have a simple majority of about, I think, 113. From what I remember, Mia Nawaz Sharif had been telling the army that he will not become the prime minister unless he commands at least a simple majority.
Yeah.
And this is what he must be vying for at the moment. Now, on their own, constitutionally, the PTI members cannot form a government. They have to join a party or form a party, something to that effect, which is far more difficult. But so the combination is either PPP, PMLN, or PMLN with some independents,
Yeah.
or MQM and others. So that combination, and a third is that a weaker coalition with perhaps Shahbaz Sharif in command. PMLN, on the other hand, is much safer in Punjab. And for PMLN, Punjab is important. So it is at the top in Punjab, followed by, I think it's got 120 in Punjab, 180 are independent. So it'll try to form the government there. PPP will definitely want to protect, and it's very safe in Sindh, make the government there. Balochistan, PPP will try to make a government along with independents, take independence with them. PMLN will try to do that as well. I think let me make one last point. I think what is going to be more difficult, whoever makes the government, is that with so many independents sitting in the parliament, policy making will be a bit of a nightmare. They will be howling, they will be shouting, they will be protesting, and they will be questioning every single move that the government makes.
One final word. What happens to Imran Khan? We know that he's been sentenced to multiple terms. I think cumulatively in these three cases where he's been convicted, it adds up to more than 30 years in prison. But he's also now, through this election, put out a very, very firm statement that there is a large number of people in this country who are backing him. Is that statement something that the army can just choose to disregard?
I don't think it'll be easy now on for General Asim Munir to shove Imran Khan in jail. In fact, one of the reasons that Imran's party or independents backed by Imran got so many votes is because the army went in for an overdrive against Imran. I mean, three sentences back to back, including questioning his marriage and
Yeah.
sentencing him to 10 years, 14 years, 7 years. People really got upset and angry with that. So that overdrive hasn't worked. And what Asim Munir needs to think is that, is it where he would like to keep Imran Khan and not negotiate with him, start some kind of negotiations? At some point in time, they will also have to, I mean, the cases are not going to disappear. They
Yeah.
will be challenged. I mean, they'll be appealed in the High Court now. But I think they will have to start talking. Number one, that's the thing which army will need to do. The other thing is that I think it does put a big question mark on the future of General Asim Munir, and especially if he's thinking in terms of an extension. This voting pattern is also going to disturb his own army. His army, many of them were supporting Imran Khan. It's going to give that feeling. I mean, there are not going to be cases of indiscipline, but definitely um, they will be watching and looking at this result as something which comes from their own heart. So, you know, really, if I were General Asim Munir, I'd really think deep and hard. I
All
don't
right.
see, as of today, I don't see Imran Khan entirely as a thing of the past.
All right. Ayesha Siddiqa, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining us with your thoughts and your perspective into what's been going on in Pakistan.